Hello, good morning. Suswagatam at the Perky podcast of Positive Day newspaper, a venture by Nia Creation. I am Subi Gupta, your host for the podcast. How about I give you a dare? You have to survive yourself for 30 days in an unknown city. You have no reference. You have no reference of your family. You have no electronic device. You at least have to change 4 jobs. I'll be giving you 5,000 bucks, but make sure you return with the same amount. Sounds scary, sounds dreadful, sounds adventurous. Well, we have a boy who tried it when he was just 19 years old. Let us meet him, who is practical at heart and believes in learning the life skills. We have with us Prem Shah from Surat, who will be talking about his unusual journey to this excellent adventure. Hi, Prem. Hello.
Hi, hello,
How are
hi.
you feeling, Prem?
I'm feeling great. Thank you.
Oh, it's so nice to have you at Positive Day newspaper. Prem, when I got to know about you that you took upon such a adventurous dare for yourself, uh, why you wanted to go something like that? Did somebody put this task on you, and how and what? Like, why did it happen? Tell me about the inception of this adventure.
Sure. So, can I talk in Hindi and English, right?
यस यस आपको जिस लैंग्वेज में
It's fine if I
कंफर्टेबल
talk in Hindi and English, right?
हम
Yeah.
सबके लिए दिल खुला रखते हैं
So, so basically ऐसा था कि I come from a very privileged family.
राइट
So, I have not seen the struggle of money or any kind of stuff.
अच्छा
जब मेरे पापा और वो सब ने स्ट्रगल करके क्रिएट किया है.
जी
So there was always a doubt that if I was not in this scenario, if I was not in this privileged family,
जी
would I be able to create my own future? Would I be able
राइट
to create my own platform or not?
राइट राइट
And at that level, तब मैं ये सब सोच रहा था और तभी मुझे सऊदी क्या करके जो बहुत बड़े बिजनेसमैन है सूरत में
राइट राइट
डायमंड का करते हैं
राइट
सो उनसे मिलने का मौका मिला उनसे अलग अलग आइडियाज पे बात करने का मौका मिला और उसमें से एक आइडिया ये था कि कैसे उन्होंने अपने बच्चों को ये एक्सपेरिमेंट पे भेजा है एंड आई लव्ड द आइडिया बट इट वाज स्कैरी
ऑफ कोर्स
but so I took a time I asked a lot of questions to him that what happens if this happened or कुछ नहीं हो पाया तो क्या and xyz
राइट
and
राइट
eventually I realized that just being there for 30 days is a worth thing to do and if I can achieve what I wanted to achieve
राइट
then the whole doubt of will I be able to be stand on my own feet
राइट
वो डाउट पूरा चला जाता so from that the whole thought process came along and then I convinced my grandparents and my parents were almost convinced and yeah I did it.
okay so tell me about the experience there. How was it? How was you feeling on day 1, on day 10, or day 20, and then eventually day 30 and back home? How was the whole
Yeah,
transition?
so वैसे तो when I first shared this whole experience to my family and friends वो 3 घंटे से भी ज्यादा बड़ा हो गया था so it's a very there are so many stories so many experiences it's a lot of things
Right.
but if I say it in brief first day I was blank
Oh,
so I was not expecting anything and I realized I was going Hyderabad
okay.
so when I got the ticket I got to know that oh I am going Hyderabad I landed on Hyderabad airport and after that I had no idea what is Hyderabad I have never been to Hyderabad I have no idea how does it look in a map. I have no idea where should I go, what should I do, nothing. So I
Right.
started with the basic things. Okay, by I should reach to the center of the city,
Right.
railway station जहाँ पे होता है, so
Right.
that I can get cheapest stay and I can settle down because that day was the Sunday, so I
Right.
might not get job in that day. सो उधर से मेरी जर्नी शुरू हुई एंड देन आई रियलाइज कि भाई इधर से एयरपोर्ट से सिटी ही 1-1.5 घंटा है. So that's how the whole thing started.
Okay.
It took me 2 to 3 days to find my first job.
Okay.
In between, I bought a phone, small Geo phone, because जॉब मिलने के लिए पीपल वांटेड सम अश्योरेंस कि भाई आपको कांटेक्ट कैसे करें इफ यू डोंट नो वेयर यू आर स्टेइंग, इफ यू डोंट नो वेयर यू आर गोना, हाउ डू वी कांटेक्ट यू. सो वो 5,000 में से मैंने 2,000 का फोन ले लिया था. सो द फर्स्ट बिगेस्ट एक्सपेंस वाज इन द फर्स्ट 3 days. So then the survival kicks in and it was like कि अब तो I have to work harder to पहले 2,000 भी इकट्ठा करने and then I have to earn more to bear my expenses.
Right.
So then how I started. My first job was waiter. रेलवे स्टेशन के पास जो 2 स्टार 3 स्टार रेस्टोरेंट्स होती है उधर मैंने 7 दिन वेटर की जॉब की.
Okay.
उधर ही टेरेस पे सोता था. उधर ही सब वेटरों के साथ रहता था. It was a very interesting experience. I got to know the lives of waiters, how they live, where are their families from, and how struggling it is.
Right.
And first time in my life, I got to know the importance of tip. So
Yes.
अगर कोई 5 रुपए भी टिप देता है तो कितनी खुशी होती है.
Okay.
So that I got to know that. So
Okay.
after that 7 days of experience, I had a job in supermarket as a
Okay.
sales person. सबको
Okay.
गाइड करने के लिए कि भाई ये प्रोडक्ट आपको ये आइल में मिलेगी, ये प्रोडक्ट आपको ये आइल में मिलेगी. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टफ. थर्ड जॉब. सो इन 2 jobs I realized कि भाई जॉब इज इजी नाउ. सो आई हैड 2-3 jobs. इट वाज क्लियरली सीन कि भाई ऐसे होगा तो पूरा महीना आराम से निकल जाएगा ना, आई कैन survive. So I wanted to try something else. So I tried business. So I bought some dictionaries and I thought I will sell it at some profit. But it didn't work.
Oh.
So those dictionaries are still in my closet for a reminder that sometimes it
So
doesn't work.
Slovenia.
Yeah. So but after that I started using my skills. So I started pitching everyone about digital marketing. I started pitching about how digital marketing can help their business to enhance. So I knew something about digital marketing. So that's how I got my first gig in a gym to start digital marketing. From that I got the internet access for the first time. So first of all I saw the map of Hyderabad, where I am staying, where is everything. And then I started building the digital marketing things. And in that process I realized कि उनको website की भी जरूरत है. And I didn't know how to make website, but I had the internet access, so I learned making website in 1 or 2 days.
Oh.
And I pitched them that also. So I got to know that. And then after that first week, I made 2-3 other websites for some people. And so my whole goal was that I started from 5,000 and I want to sleep at least once in a 5-star hotel
Oh.
before the month ends. So that was the whole goal, and that was where I was running towards. But unfortunately, I couldn't save more than 5 or 6,000
Okay.
to actually do that. So I had around 10,000, from which if I cut down the 5,000 which I have to return, I had around 4 to 5,000 rupees.
Right.
And so फिर I thought कि 28 days हो गए and मैंने मेहनत कर ली. So the last 2 days I just enjoyed the
Right.
city. I
Right.
saw almost 5 movies in 2 days. I went to all the restaurants that I wanted to go.
Okay.
Subway, McDonald's, everything.
Okay.
So it was a journey, it was a roller coaster. I have cried a lot in that whole time. And there was one thing that I had to do every day was to call my father every day and just to inform him what I am been up to and where I am living, so that in emergency he knows where I am. So in those days, just talking to dad, and for the first time I got so close to dad that it was not, I couldn't realize that this journey would benefit me in these areas as well. Like I got to know about myself, I got to know about how my relationship with my dad got transformed. I got to know about my relationship with money and a lot of things. So it was a very big roller coaster, but Overall, I feel and I highly recommend everyone that at at the age of 18, 19, 20, one should do it at least. I mean, there is no age limit. One can do it at 30 and 40 as well, but it becomes difficult because at that age it is difficult to be flexible. But yeah, this is something that gives a 1 month of MBA to anyone
Right.
who wants to
Right.
do it.
Right.
So, but it is something that if you really want to do it, then only you can do it. Because there were times then it was so difficult that my father said so many times कि भाई तू वापिस आ जा, इतना किया है वो भी बहुत है. But I was firm कि कुछ भी हो जाए, 5,000 खर्च भी हो जाए, but I want to complete 30 days.
Ah,
And that's how I completed it. So
right.
yeah, it was a great experience.
Okay. Okay. So, what was the like the best time, and what was like the hardest time there? Like from
Uh,
those 30 days, so that was the moment for you that brought a smile, and that was the moment to break you down.
so मैं आपको सच में बताऊँ तो for the first time I realized how people operate from money. So मुझे ऐसा ही था कि मैं survive कर रहा हूँ.
Hmm.
So I always used to talk with people. So I couldn't say the real identity why I'm really here. So I had to make up stories कि भाई मैं यहाँ फार्मर के बच्चा हूँ, यहाँ से आया हूँ, मुझे पैसे इकट्ठा करना है, मुझे कॉलेज में पढ़ना है, XYZ जो भी स्टोरी बनाई. But I saw so many incidents जहाँ पे I am walking down the road. I am not asking anyone anything. I just saw a pani puri wala and I asked him कि भाई मुझे यहाँ जाना है तो the road is the same or not? Am I in the right direction or not? And he got concerned कि भाई तुझे इधर जाना है तो तू चल के जाएगा. I said yes. He said it's 4-5 kilometers. I said no problem. I am saving money right now. So he said don't do that. Take this 50 rupees and take local and go there. I didn't even ask for money. And that pani puri wala didn't had a single customer there. So I got to realize how abundance is so much in the well, there is no relation between how much money you have and how much abundance you have. And that I have experienced so many times. Like on the first day even in airport, when I asked few people कि आप मुझे सिर्फ city तक drop कर दोगे, because from airport to city it was like 200-300 rupees of traveling and I wasn't ready for spending that much amount. So I asked few people and one guy just gave me 100 rupees. Even I didn't even ask for money. He just realized that he wants money, he needs money and he just gave me money. In on the same day I got one another guy. I was asking कि कौन से एरिया में मैं जाऊँ, कहाँ मुझे जॉब मिलेगी, XYZ, and he gave me for 200 rupees. So I saw so many experiences where people are living from abundance. वो खुद लोकल बस में ट्रैवल कर रहे थे and that same guy gave me 200-100 rupees. One guy who was working in a help desk of airport, he gave me 100 rupees saying that I don't know how you will travel, just take this and do whatever you can. But these experiences were really eye opening for me, like to realize कि भाई एक्चुअली अबंडेंस क्या होता है, लोगों को सपोर्ट करना क्या होता है, काइंडनेस कंपैशन क्या होता है. और वो डिपेंड नहीं करता कि भाई आपका स्टेटस कितना है, आपके पास एक्चुअली कितना है.
Right.
So that was a very big experiences for me, and those moments I really remember the most.
Right.
And to talk about the worst moments, I guess it was every day. It was the struggle of every day. So every day it was a roller coaster. एक moment आता है जब you are very happy for a certain
Hmm.
things to happen, and at the
Hmm.
end you realize कि अभी और इतने दिन बाकी है, अभी
Hmm.
और इतना कुछ करना है.
Right.
Because every job 7 दिन में आपको खत्म भी करनी है, 7 दिन के आपको पैसे भी रिटर्न लेने हैं. You
हाँ.
cannot take a job and say कि भाई मैं 7 ही दिन काम करूंगा,
हाँ.
क्योंकि वो लोग कोई देगा ही नहीं. So you
हाँ.
have to say कि भाई मैं मंथ काम करने वाला हूँ and then in 7 days you have to make up a reason and say कि भाई मैं 7 ही दिन काम करने वाला हूँ.
हाँ.
So those are very struggling days कि जहाँ पे 2-3 दिन तक पैसे नहीं मिलते हैं,
हाँ.
जैसे कि 1 रुपया भी नहीं मिलेगा, चला जा,
हाँ.
XYZ. But eventually it was a roller coaster and that's why I think it is more memorable for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, wonderful, Prem. I mean, in bits and bits, I could be there with you in the journey while you were, talking about different people you met and how you got
Yeah,
help from, uh, people filled with abundance of love and gratitude in their heart. So
yeah.
that is so wonderful. Prem, because you are a boy, do you think you could take on to this task, or you feel a girl out there can also take up whatever adventure you went to?
Um, yeah. So see, frankly, and looking at the scenario, it is not advisable that girl do this. It
Okay,
is risky,
okay,
from which the kind of stories we have heard.
right,
See, I don't know if it will happen to a girl or not, but
right,
it's a risk, major risk.
right.
Or so after my experience, there were few girls who came up and asked, "Ki, how can we do this?" And we came up with a solution that आप किसी और रिलेटिव के घर पे रहो
Okay,
जिससे आप उतने क्लोज नहीं हो,
right,
and you live as a guest,
right,
paying guest. You
right,
pay them a certain amount of rent,
right.
and you do the same thing, so that you have a one safe place there in the
At
city.
least in the night, you could be, that you have a safe
Exactly.
place to venture into.
Exactly.
Right,
Because हैदराबाद में अगर कुछ मुझे होता तो even my father wanted to come there, it would have taken a long time to reach there.
right,
No doubt हमने full security और precautions लिए थे. I had number of that chief police commissioner and everyone कि कुछ भी emergency हो तो I can call him. But still मेरे father को उधर आना हो तो it would have been a big task. So वहाँ जब female की बात होती है तो it becomes a little difficult. So that's why we thought कि ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं, but definitely it is not equally easy for female to do the same thing.
right. But not impossible as well. I'm
Yeah,
glad that you figured out ways when girls want to go for this adventure. How could they go it?
yeah,
And it's not that you stopped on yourself. If there were people approaching you, so you wanted to pursue them as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Prem, tell me, there was this Prem before this adventure. There's this Prem after this adventure. तो क्या बहुत contradictory change है या थोड़ा major है या that change remain for that period of time, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. उसके बाद you are again back to your normal life और एक permanent कुछ mark छोड़ गया है वो adventure.
So कुछ चीजें होती है जो permanently लीव कर जाती है. जैसे कुछ चीजें है that I am pretty sure, like अभी मेरा मनी के साथ रिलेशन कुछ अलग है. So I don't misuse my privilege. That's one thing.
Okay.
I make sure that I help small people. Like रेस्टोरेंट में जाके तो आई, मतलब मैं जानबूझ के टिप थोड़ा ज्यादा देता हूँ, या रिक्शा वाले के साथ मैं माथाकूट नहीं करता कि यार उसे 20-30 रुपए ज्यादा मिल जाएंगे तो उसको भला हो जाएगा, मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला.
Right.
सो दो स्मॉल थिंग्स आर देयर, बट देयर आर सम थिंग्स जो वो पीरियड में से निकलने के बाद ऐसा लगता है कि आई कैन डू एनीथिंग, एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल, एंड इट रिमेन्स फॉर सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, and then it drains out if you
Right.
don't utilize it properly, and I didn't utilize it properly. So after 1 month I took a break of 1 month, जहाँ पे मुझे एक्चुअली आके तुरंत ही कुछ ले लेना चाहिए था हाथ में. So I realize this now, but I guess those things wear out. Now if I think right now to do the same thing again, I don't think I can. मतलब मुझे अभी भी डर लगता है कि will I be able to or not.
Right.
So those kind, it's like हो गया तो हो गया. Now
Mm,
maybe next time जाऊंगा तो शायद वापस हो जाएगा, पर अभी जाने के लिए डर लगता है वापस.
mm,
इट्स नॉट लाइक कि अब कुछ भी पॉसिबल है, एंड जो
right.
स्टार्टिंग के थोड़े पीरियड के लिए था वो अभी नहीं है.
Right.
बट दिस स्मॉल थिंग्स जो अबंडेंस की बात थी कि कैसे मैं लोगों को सपोर्ट कर सकता हूँ, या ऐसे
Right.
छोटी छोटी चीजों में आई कैन हेल्प समवन,
Right.
और मनी के साथ हाउ कैन आई नॉट मिस यूज माई प्रिविलेज. So
Yes.
those things are there, and also there is a backhand पे वो clear हो चुका है कि even if, see, life is uncertain, so I know कि अभी जो मुझे privilege है there is a high chance कि कल जाके privilege मेरे से जा भी सकती है.
जी.
So अगर वो कल जाके जा सकती है and if I have to start from zero,
जी.
I know how to do it.
Okay.
So that is a confidence which is there in the background कि भाई मुझे
Right,
पता है कि कैसे फिर से ऊपर आना है.
right, right.
So that is always there. So yeah, I guess these are the things जो बहुत टाइम तक रही है और आगे भी रहेगी. But there are some things कुछ जो थोड़ा वहाँ पे जोश आता है तो आती है और फिर चली जाती है.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's beautiful. I love the context. आपने जो बोला कि मनी को लेके मेरा रिलेशनशिप बहुत चेंज हो गया है. We
Yeah.
tend to forget tipping the waiters or giving an extra to our auto rickshaw people. But now I'm sure you would make a point कि आप कहीं भी गए हो tip तो एक mandatory force हो गया है आपका.
Yeah, it's like जब मैंने फैमिली को शेयर किया तो my family got inspired. So they make sure that they tip people accordingly.
Right,
And personally I believe कि जहाँ पे हम बार्गेन करते हैं उधर एक्चुअली वो लोगों को पैसे की सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत है. मॉल में जाके कभी बार्गेन नहीं करते हम.
hmm,
सो हाउ कैन वी बैलेंस दैट एज वेल. लाइक कितना निचोड़ोगे आप. थोड़ा निचोड़ा ठीक है. अभी कोई बहुत ज्यादा प्राइस बोल रहा है उसको थोड़ा कम करके आप ले रहे हो इट्स फाइन. बट यू नो अगर और थोड़ा कम हो सकता है तो डोंट डू दैट. 30-40 रुपीज उनको ज्यादा मिल जाएंगे तो उनका भला ही है.
right.
आपसे पॉकेट से 40 रुपीज से आपको ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ने
फर्क
वाला.
नहीं.
तो दोज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स आई गेस मैं बिलीव करता हूँ. आई एम नॉट नेसेसरी कि सब बिलीव करें. बट फॉर मी इट इज अ प्रिविलेज कि मैं उतना अफोर्ड कर सकता हूँ. एंड इट इज अ प्रिविलेज दैट आई कैन डू इट. सो आई डू इट. आई ट्राई टू डू इट समटाइम.
Okay. Prem,
Yeah.
so you said that you got to know about this experience, this experiment, this adventure, and then you decided to go upon it and work on it. But the story I'm hearing here is there might be a lot of other kids around you or other kids who would have heard about this experiment and would have praised कि अरे वाह बहुत अच्छा हो गया. But then you decided to take it ahead. So there must be something into your childhood, into your parenting that you received कि आपका focus productive चीजों पे गया rather than the tycoon that you met. He would have a luxurious lifestyle, he would have a luxurious amenities. Usually the focus goes on those things, but rather
Yeah.
your focus went on something unusual idea that he's promoting to his children. So was your childhood different than the other kids or it's just how you are?
So I can share a few examples. Like
Okay.
मैं मातृभाषा में पढ़ा हूँ. मैं गुजराती मातृभाषा में ही 10th तक पढ़ा हूँ.
अच्छा.
बिकॉज माई फादर वॉज अ फर्म बिलीवर कि प्राइमरी लैंग्वेज में ही पढ़ना चाहिए.
अच्छा.
एंड सो दोज काइंड ऑफ स्मॉल थिंग्स कि मैं ऐसे स्कूल में पढ़ा हूँ जहाँ पे एग्जाम्स नहीं थी, टेक्स्ट बुक्स नहीं थी. सो आई डिडंट सॉ माय फर्स्ट the first textbook I saw was in 10th standard when I was
Oh.
preparing for my boards. उसके
Oh.
पहले मैंने कभी टेक्स्ट बुक भी नहीं देखी, कभी होमवर्क नहीं किया,
अच्छा.
कभी आई डेंट नो एनी ऑफ माय मार्क्स. और इफ आई डेंट इवन नो कि मेरी एग्जाम कभी ली जा रही है या एनीथिंग.
Right.
So I have spent a lot of time in jungles, forests,
Okay.
and so these kind of things, this kind of experiences. So taking those kind of steps, like it was very easier for me to for my father to put me in schools like Fountainhead or GD Goenka or schools
Public
like
and
that कि
schools
जहाँ पे
that we
आपको
have.
बेस्ट amenities और सब कुछ मिल सकता है.
जी जी जी.
But he saw what is right for the child. And
Right.
he saw कि actual में freedom is more important than studies. So
Right.
जब बच्चे को studies के बाहर से निकालते हो तो बच्चे को वो freedom मिलती है कि वो कुछ भी explore कर सके. And
हाँ.
I have spent, as I said, I have spent a lot of time in forests.
Right.
मुझे बर्ड वॉचिंग, एनिमल वॉचिंग बहुत पसंद आ गया है.
Okay.
So from there I got my passion of photography as well. So
Okay.
so I have seen my father in all the scenario always choosing what is right to do instead of what is easy to do. And that is something which have always been inbuilt in me, and I try to do it. Not necessarily I always do it, but जब मुझे बहुत clearly दिखता है कि भाई ये right है, but definitely बहुत difficult है, but still I choose that instead of doing something which is easy, because I
Okay.
know कि right का long term effect is going to be good.
Right. 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 Beautiful. Beautiful. So,
Yeah.
are there any incidents from your childhood? आपके बचपन में कोई ऐसी एक memory है या कोई एक ऐसी बात है जो आपको दूसरे बच्चों से लगता है कि वो इस चीज से नहीं गुजरे लेकिन आपके लिए ये चीज काफी कॉमन थी, कोई एक ऐसी प्रैक्टिस या कोई एक ऐसी चीज?
जैसे स्मॉल स्मॉल थिंग्स हैं, जैसे माय पेरेंट्स वर ऑलवेज देयर टू मेक श्योर कि मेरी सब नीड पूरी हो, पर वांट सब पूरी ना हो.
राइट।
सो आई हैव सीन सो मैनी पेरेंट्स कि भाई इसकी ये इच्छा है तो उसको ये दिला देते हैं, या इसकी ये इच्छा है तो और वो बच्चे जिद पे आ जाते हैं कि अब मुझे ये चाहिए ही चाहिए. आई हैव
हम्म।
सीन पीपल की बच्चे की वो घर नहीं जाते 2 दिन की, मुझे जब तक आईफोन नहीं दिलाओगे मैं घर नहीं आऊंगा खाना खाने के लिए.
हम्म।
And the parents bought buy them the iPhone. So we don't see the effect of this, but long term में वो दिखता है.
हम्म।
So there are small things जो मेरे parents ने बहुत clearly देखा कि it is not gonna support me. So they have made sure that I don't misuse my privilege.
राइट।
मुझे मैंने खुद आई थिंक 12th 11th 10th के बाद आई बॉट माई फर्स्ट फोन विच वॉज ऑल्सो वो डब्बा फोन होता है जस्ट फॉर द कम्युनिकेशन. And after 12th, I bought my first smartphone.
राइट।
So वो I could see कि मेरे आजू बाजू लोगों के पास phones है and everything. But because of the way I was born and brought up, I didn't felt like कि भाई मुझे भी phone चाहिए,
हम्म।
because I knew what I want and why I want. So, and there are several practices which I have seen in my family, like reading, like learning new things, अलग अलग workshops attend करना, अलग अलग नई चीजें सीखना और उसको implement करना. So from my grandfather to my father to everyone, they have always encouraged me to learn new things, read new things. So वो बहुत बड़ा फर्क पड़ता है. They have never ever pressured me for studies. कभी नहीं बोला है कि भाई ये मार्क्स क्यों ये आए और क्यों ये नहीं आए. They have always focused on are you happy or not. They have always focused on are you enjoying or not.
वाओ।
They have always focused on things कि जो एक्चुअल में मुझे ग्रोथ के लिए. So
राइट।
if I'm enjoying TV a lot,
राइट।
then we have to cut down TV. But if I'm enjoying playing games, if I'm
राइट।
enjoying going to forest, if I'm enjoying photography, then
राइट।
why not let him do that. There
राइट।
were so many times कि स्कूल के टाइम पे for months and months I have been to forests, and because my parents were supportive and because my school was also supportive.
राइट।
School was always encouraging me to do things which were out of comfort zone.
हम्म।
And because of that, I think even after 12th, I didn't choose the formal way of education. I chose to do something different. So
राइट।
I guess ये सब चीजें, it's not only parenting, it's not only schooling, पर सब पूरा एक साथ जब आता है तो it creates something जो हो जाता है.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked about that you did not choose formal education after your 12th. So what exactly are you pursuing now?
Uh, so in terms of degree, I just completed and I almost completed BCom degree. So मेरी एग्जाम सब खत्म हो गए. आई हैव पास्ड एवरीथिंग बट देयर इज सम असाइनमेंट इश्यूज जो मुझे सॉल्व करने हैं. बट ओवरऑल मेरी बीकॉम डिग्री दिस ईयर गॉट completed, बट आई नेवर अटेंडेड अ कॉलेज. सो आई डिड अ एक्सटर्नल कॉलेज.
Okay.
मैं जस्ट एग्जाम देने गया हूँ. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ माई स्कूलिंग आई हैव हैड अ हैबिट ऑफ सेल्फ स्टडी, so without any a single tuition or anything. And the fun fact is that in 11th 12th I did science. I was preparing for IIT JEE.
Okay.
And after 12th, I realized that this is not my cup of tea. So after passing 12th, I shifted to commerce and I did BCom. And in both, and in BCom, I didn't had a single tuition or a single person to teach me. But because of my experiences, because of my self-study practice from school,
Mhm.
it was a lot easier for me. So that's how I'm doing, and I just did BCom. But
Mhm.
overall, I am focusing on experiences. So पूरा दिन मेरा नए नए projects लेने में, नई नई चीज़ों में जाता है. So we have started, we have even मैं हमारी खुद की एक कंपनी है रेंचोस करके, जहाँ पे हम अलग अलग प्रोजेक्ट्स पे वर्क करते हैं और कहीं ना कहीं सोसाइटी को भी सपोर्ट करने की ट्राई करते हैं. But so from in the last 3.5 years, we have वी हैव डन आवर ओन कॉन्सर्ट्स जहाँ पे हमने खुद ने पूरा ऑर्गेनाइज करके खुद गाया है. वी हैव डन मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स के समिट जहाँ पे अभी इफ़ यू आर अवेयर ऑफ स्टॉक मार्केट देन अभी अभी थायरोकेयर करके कंपनी सोल्ड आउट हुई है बहुत बड़े अमाउंट पे. So
Right.
we called the founder of Thyrocare and we had a program of 2100 people and we
Wow.
saw tickets and everything. It was a great experience. We have
Sure.
even went to treks. We have took 20, 30, 50 people to treks
Okay.
just because we wanted to do it. We thought let's do it together and we
Hmm.
did it in a sense of business. सो अभी हमारा 3 साल से एक फुटबॉल एकेडमी भी चल रहा है जहाँ पे हम फुटबॉल सिखाते हैं मैन एंड वुमेन को एक साथ.
Okay.
And yeah, we are doing, there are certain projects we are working on right now. I'm also doing freelancing. I'm also learning things and it's fun. So I don't know what I want to do in life. Still not clear, and I don't think I will be clear in a couple of months. But yeah, I think I'm in the right direction.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
such a splendid personality filled with so many beautiful colors. Like every time you talk about something, you just keep me mesmerized and amazed at how somebody who is this young is filled with such depth of knowledge. Thank you, Prem. Thank you so much. Prem, I just wanted you to talk about, is it, can you give a tip to our listeners and readers out there? How can they stay positive in the simplest form?
Um, it's a very big question for me.
Okay.
I'm not that uh, wise to advise something,
Okay.
but what I think is that being positive is not something ki jo you can be 100% in a day. Like that,
Sure.
it shouldn't be a should ki aapko positive hi rehna hai. Sometimes life comes with surprises. Sometimes you are in a bad mood, and
Right.
just to accept whatever it is, and just to accept however you are feeling,
Right.
and let that feeling be. It helps you to be happy and calm in long term.
Right.
So
Okay.
I
So
guess that's what
just
I'm learning right now.
just let it be, whatever it is. Go
Just
with the
let it be.
flow.
Just accept it. Don't try to change anything.
Right, right. Wow, wonderful. Thank you,
Yeah.
Prem. Thank you for your kind
Thank
words, for
you.
your kind time. And Prem, we
Thank
shared
you.
you the latest edition of Positive
Yeah.
Day newspaper. I will love to know your feedback, your insight upon our newspaper.
So I saw the newspaper. I didn't read the whole thing because I couldn't find the time to read the whole thing.
Okay, okay,
But from which I saw, there are a couple of things that I liked. First of all, the kind of people you are interviewing, it's excellent. Like people like Sanjay Raval or people who are doing something in Sanskrit.
right,
These are some things जो बहुत बड़ी celebrities नहीं है, but they have a story which should be heard by people. So I
definitely,
guess this is something really good that you guys are doing.
right,
And overall, I guess news have always been negative in many terms. And in that era, you guys preparing a newspaper which only shares positive things, it's a
right.
very big revolution. So I encourage you for that, and it's a very big thing. So congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank
And it was a lot of things to learn every time I saw that. So even I didn't know a lot of things. So it's like जब न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ के आपको नई चीज सीखने को मिल रही है instead of you judging and opinionating people, then you know
you.
that you are reading something
Ji,
good.
ji, ji.
So you guys are doing great. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you, Prem. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, our listeners.
Thank you.
Thank you, our reader, for having us. And thank you for your precious time, Prem. With all the readers
Thank
and
you.
listeners, you can connect to us via Telegram, via Instagram, or on YouTube with our podcast. Stay updated, stay happy, stay positive. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.